situation here also with respect to these issues. I was brought up earlier, but all the lawsuits, the only time I brought up a lawsuit issue with the tab board, people one time for the tab board, and I told them about the problem, all the lawsuits, don't you guys know about this? Guess what? They told Katrina Powell, we want a written explanation, every lawsuit, we want it named, we want a status update of every single lawsuit, and they did a memo because of that, because of my going for the tab board. I've never been for the tab board. Bob Zolak was going for them, wanted audits of John Clark's firm's bills to make sure that these are proper. And I'm not saying that Mr. Allen's firm did anything improper as far as billing. There's a lot of lawsuits that are pending before the city right now, or pending with the city, in which we're paying $44,000 in fees. So please look into these things. Thank you.
Mr. Bill Meyer.
Okay. I didn't tell the other story about Max. I'll tell that later, at the end if I have time. I would like to, first of all, thank the three retiring councilmen who happen to be Muslim, who are leaving, and who will be replaced by three other gentlemen who happen to be Muslim, that I've enjoyed your entire term in office. You've not only made the council meetings fun on occasion, but you stood up for your beliefs and your rights, and I agreed with you almost all the time. And I thank you for serving the people, which I feel you're trying to do, is to serve everybody. And if anything has to be done, we have to recognize the issues in Hamtramck as they are. Many people are unwilling to address them directly, but I want to thank you, especially Abu, because of you, not only your amazing, what's the word called, patience. You are one of the most patient people I know, one of the most humble and likable people. You don't piss anybody off. You somehow find a way to agree with something good about somebody. And you did a great job keeping the level head in the council. I thank you so much for your service. You're a good person. And Anam, I know, is very skilled and experienced in this sort of work. He's been with the steel union, Iron Workers Union for many, many years, and he's led many meetings. He's very knowledgeable, and you've tried to find ways to bring the community together, and I'm not saying we accomplished much, but you kept trying, and I appreciate it, and you've always been available to talk to me, and I appreciate that. And also Saad, who I know from the beginning. As a matter of fact, when he was elected, I gave him a gift of a book of Robert's Rules, and hoped that he would memorize every line in it. And he's tried to do that, and he keeps pulling on it whenever I see him at other places, so I appreciate that. But I also want to say after that, that I think this is one of the rare times that I actually agreed with Ian today, and I appreciate his comments, because I think he's definitely right by bringing up the rules in the charter about meetings, and I would assume you all know what they are, and you should try to live by those. And he's right that you shouldn't bring last-minute resolutions to a meeting like that. I didn't like to hear that happen at the last meeting that I wasn't part of. And I didn't like what happened today, because I was very disappointed in my dear friend Saad, who presented this resolution without, I haven't talked to him in a week or two, and I didn't know what's going to be presented. And I am part of that group. I'm part of the Emmett Town Committee as much as these two gentlemen here. We're all, no one's better than anybody else other than him being the chair. There's no offices. We're equal. And I was not informed about this being done today. I personally feel this could jeopardize part of our park planning, but I'm hoping to find out from them how it's not going to, how we're going to be able to work together, because the whole project of the mural was to bring people together, not to create competing murals. So it started out by saying, I mean, I'm done? Can I get one more minute?
I'm okay.
Go ahead.
Because I got to
Any
tell you Max's
objections?
story.
Go ahead.
So just to let you know that we'll have to talk about this and try to resolve this situation outside of here. But it's a long process, and building a park and all that is not easy, as we know. It took us months and months to get to this point to finally get an MOU. So I respect Saad. I hope we can still continue to work together. Last thing is a story about Max. Max, I told you about how he came to every meeting in NAACP. I think he's going to be perfect for this job, because he's one of the greatest community liaisons in the city that I know. He's a person like me, a white person who has no problem, no problems going into the communities of color. he's totally accepted by that community. And I want to tell you a story that when the famous election took place, when the majority Muslim took over the council, they had a giant celebration event at the kebab house, and there were only 2 non-Muslims there. 2. Me, because I noticed it, and the other one was Max. Max came and he was honored and celebrated in front, no other candidate came. I mean, they might have come later or talked earlier and all that, but at this giant celebration where it's packed down the street, the only 2 non-Muslims that were there that I saw was Max. And I think Max tries hard to try to represent everybody. It's not easy for white people to accept someone like, that wants to try to work in all the communities. But let's try to find a way to all cross communities and work in each other. And Max is one of those people that we do. So I look forward to him serving for the city. Thank you.
I just want to thank the 3 outgoing council members for your service. I also want to thank everyone for your service. As we mentioned earlier, the park that we're trying to get is just an addition to the old, or our old main site, which is the one that Bill and the committee have been trying hard to get. And since we signed the memorandum of understanding, we decided to go for this, and this was voted way before today. This was brought 2 months ago to our committee, and we decided to stay or wait until One Hamtramck, which is a deal with the owner of the lot. And we did that with good intentions, and we will continue to fight for that lot. As of One Hamtramck and us, we will work together. We are not one part, 2 different parties. We are one hand, we are one group working together to save the mural and to build the park. The main construction will be on the parking lot that One Hamtramck is going for. And that was our idea. I mean, not our idea, but this is our purpose, this is our goal, and we will hopefully construct it. The addition to the other side will not jeopardize any negotiation. We have reached, I guess, memorandum of understanding. You guys have seen it, approved part of it. We are trying to secure the other lot on the other side. There's no big structures that will go on it. This is just to expand our park, to make it bigger. Also, I want to mention that we are trying our best, and we are working hard, and none of that is paid time. We are very busy with our own lives, just like you guys are, and you guys are committed to this community. That's what we're trying to do too. We're working hard to get something out of this, something for the community, something for all of us to see, not just Yemenis, but all other community members. I mean, if you walk by the Pope Park, this is something that we are all proud of, not just Polish. I know my wife is very proud of it. She's Polish. I'm proud of it. And I want us to have our own thing. So my daughter could walk by Pope Park and says, this is related to my heritage. And she drives down Joseph Campbell and sees the Yemeni Park. And says, that's part of my project, my heritage. This is the melting pot. And we are working as one hand, we are working as one group. And this was decided by our executive members.
Thank you.
As a team. All right, thank you.
Mohammed, you want to say something? Go ahead.
Councilman Ayan, just if you don't mind, I want, can you tell me again what Brahim Ayash have sent you?
I mean, I can do that, yeah.
Please.
Is that
He said the
fine?
community leaders did
Well,
not agree.
We
on
generally
this.
don't have a back and forth, but
No, it's not about that.
I mean, he just expressed that it would, that he was thought that it would jeopardize the
Yeah, he
other.
said the resolution would set our negotiation back as it opens the door for an alternative park. He also said, please do not vote on the resolution as it will jeopardize our negotiations that we've been involved in since February.
Thank you. And just last comment, I wanted to thank every councilman here who voted for this, and I want to let you know that the Yemeni American community will highly appreciate your support and will never forget it. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, then, we'll now be moving into closed session, and we don't, for the purpose of, discussing
Legal update.
legal
and,
lawsuits
And information regarding, related to negotiations.
and contract negotiations. We do not expect to come back for a vote, so thank you all.
I'll make a motion
And
to
we have
go
a
into,
motion.
I'll make a motion to go into.
Support.
closed
Okay.
session.
Can we have
No
5 minutes or 2 minutes recess?
2 minutes. Yeah.
I'll go to the bathroom.
I got a flight at 6 a.m. I got a flight at 6 a.m.
Don't go fly down.